when it's go time,
We're live.
You're live.
fast paced.
Is it? They move. Oh, yes, sir.
You just let me know when we're ready, Chase.
We're live.
Oh, I'm gonna turn that down. We live. Hey, y'all, what's going on?
Really? Really, Rocky?
You're out, Rocky.
So am I.
Put your hat on the table and
We're in Wisconsin.
yes,
This
All
is
right,
my
guys.
virgin trip to Wisconsin.
We are going to start with the questions that were submitted earlier today. And then if we have time, we'll go to some of the live questions. So that's where we're going to start. We are at a campground in Wisconsin. Let's start with that. We came through some very, very serious weather this afternoon. And only by the grace of God are we not sitting on the side of the interstate with tore up things. We saw 3 18-wheelers turned over, 2 personal vehicles with trailers turned over, and who knows what else happened and what we had. Our prayers go out to the people that are involved in those wrecks. It was serious. It was scary. And we literally were within half a mile of being in the situation that they had going on. Thank goodness Chavis had to stop for a break.
yeah.
So just so everybody doesn't think I'm being rude right now, I'm currently trying to share all of this to our
You're
social
fine.
media so that
You're
everybody
fine. I'm
knows
gonna
that
start
we're
with your
live.
dad.
We know how you do.
Can
Go ahead.
everybody hear us?
No. Just a second. Mic check, people.
Mic check, mic check.
How do you-
Yes, yes.
All right.
Here we go. Yes, everybody. I found the comments.
All right, Chase,
You go to Chase.
can you talk while you're doing that?
I'm finished now, I believe.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to start with the comment, and that's from Mr. Keith. Chase, your driving style leans more to the USMTS style of you having to finish to get points versus the beat and bang your way to the front. That being said, as a driver, what means more, wins or the respect of your peers?
Well, ultimately, it just comes down to how our car is performing that particular night. Like you said, I'm not one that's checkers or wreckers. It's more so if my car and equipment is there, we're going to use it to the best of our abilities. And if it's not there, we're going to hang on to what we have. We're not going to try to push our luck and get into anybody or cause anything that shouldn't be caused. So I'd say we're pretty conservative. I try to be respectful of others. It really just depends on what kind of night we're having.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, so this is going to address a bunch of people's questions. So I'm going to give this to you and your dad. Are you racing the Dome this year? And what are you doing with the MB sitting in the shop that's in pieces?
You want me to start
Yeah,
that?
you can.
Yeah,
You can
go.
get.
We are currently looking for an invitation to the Dome right now, but I don't want to be cocky or sound any certain way. I feel like we'll be able to get an invitation if you know how to get an invitation or know
or
somebody.
Nominate somebody
Right.
for an invitation. I don't know how it
I don't-
works.
Yeah, I'm not too totally sure, but anyways, we need an invitation first off. But if we get an invitation, certainly we will be at the Dome. As for our 2018 MB Custom, the car that you saw in the past couple of videos is stripped down. We are putting a new body on it. We're waiting on our engines from wall to wall. And once we get those engines, we are going to put that car back together and we're going to go and run it at a few local shows and get it ready. And that will be the car that we race at the Dome as well as some other small shows.
We have that week blocked off for the Dome. We want to be at the Dome, so absolutely get us there.
We need y'all's help on that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
certainly.
All right. Out of all the drivers out there, who is one driver you would like to race against?
I really just the whole USMTS field that we're racing against. I mean, these guys are, I'd say they're the best in the business for sure. And I touched on that in a Race and Dirt interview. I talked about how I feel like they're better than World Outlaws, sprint cars, and late models. And the reason I say things like that is you're not going to show up to a touring series with the amount of money that we and other small teams have invested and be able to compete on a national level like you can with USMTS. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's much more doable than it would be if you showed up at a World Outlaws.
It gives the little
event.
guy a chance.
Exactly.
It gives a little guy a fighting chance, mainly because their format swaps it up to
Right.
where they don't have just one person
To
dominating.
That's
They
right.
have a bunch of really talented racers in their group.
And anybody could take it.
Anybody could
Anybody
win on
at
any
any
night. because
Anybody could win on
Yes.
any night, the way
Yes.
it used to be at home.
It is a real dog fight, and they're clean and fun
Right.
to race with. I
Yep.
enjoy it.
No
So-
beating and banging.
I'm racing with the guys that I like to stack up and race against right now. I'm really happy with the field.
No beating and banging. We won't have a body left.
Well,
after
that's
tomorrow
different.
night.
Okay, I'm gonna sum up this question. Can you just drive the car and let your dad tune on the car?
No.
He can't do it.
Okay.
He can't do
All
it.
right, there you go, folks.
But my answer to that is how are you going to tune on it if you don't know what
No,
he
I
what
take
he
his
fe-
feedback.
what he feels?
I take his feedback.
Okay.
But when he comes in and says, "I want you to do this," and I'm going,
Hold up.
"Wait a minute,
Don't
was
over,
you tight or loose?" And anyway, we go around and around, and
don't
we end
overreact.
but
Yeah.
Here
But I will say-
recently we have
we
been on the
have.
same
that
page
was
of
teamwork.
adjustments,
That was teamwork.
It was.
back home.
and
And that
it's
worked
been
out
working
well.
out for us. It all ultimately just comes down to we bounce
Yes.
ideas back and forth with each other. Some people may see it as we're arguing, stuff like that.
Nah, that's just
but
father
that's-
son.
that's
crew
us.
chief driver. I think that's normal.
Right.
Me personally, so
All right. So we're going to address a whole bunch in this particular question. Did the stacker trailer hurt fuel mileage?
oh,
We also need to address the 2 cars and the stacker trailer and what the deal is with that, because we haven't been able to address that really, and we've gotten that question a bunch.
fuel mileage used to
Thank
half a tank was a full tank of your motorhome.
Right.
Now we're running neck and neck. I know if I need fuel, you need fuel.
Yeah.
So it did hurt my fuel mileage, and that's just with one car. But we do have more stuff. The trailer's bigger. As far as what you ask, hauling another car, that was never our intention,
Why though?
because this motorhome will not handle another car with that kind of load on it. I mean, we're
Right.
maxed out hauling the stuff
Right.
we're hauling with one car. That's all we can handle, and that's
It did give us more space, so we are
Absolutely.
able to haul the merch cart, the extra stuff
Tires,
underneath the car
tires
once
in
the
a
car is
tire
lifted.
rack. Yes, it,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
helped
it
us a
did give us
ton.
Tremendous room.
And that's what we got it for.
Right.
We never wanted to haul 2 cars.
It,
That was
right.
never what
It
we
was never the intention to haul 2 cars. Although that would be nice, we're maxed out where we're at with what we have.
Totally.
But now that was an accident that it didn't fit originally.
Right,
That
yeah,
was
that
not
wasn't-
made up or blown
We
up.
really
That
did buy a
truly,
trailer without
we
measuring.
found out it didn't fit that day at the shop, just like we showed it, and we modified it. And Rocky come there that next day and was like, "What in the world has happened?"
Like me about
Oh, shoot. But
Mom and Dad's favorite singer. Go for it.
my favorite, I would say, I'm a Kid Rock fan myself. That's the best concert I've ever been to with you. Why? Where you at?
Rob Thomas, Matchbox 20.
And probably Eric Church would
Yeah.
be my second.
Absolutely.
Dirks Bentley that we just went to this weekend. That was a great concert. I mean, he put on a show.
And on the other side of that, anytime that we go, as long as we're together, a long time ago, it resonated with me that when our children were small, when Chase was small, Travis and I made the decision to put our marriage before our children. And that's just what we've always done. So we do take time to go and do things. We do raise our kids, but we do take that time for us.
Yep.
What size? What size of motor are you running this weekend?
Little bitty
A
thing.
little bitty
Oh,
old
it's
thing.
tiny. It's tiny.
Just a
We can keep
junkyard
up.
LS motor.
Next question.
Okay.
4.3 V6.
Yeah.
Did Mama Squirrel get that nickname? Chase.
Got the nickname, and it's kind of crazy. I don't really have a
It's your fault.
select time.
Yeah.
Well,
your
you
fault.
started calling me Bubby Squirrel whenever I was little. That's what you called me, so I kind of translated to Mama Squirrel, and then some of my friends picked up on it, and ever since then, that's where it came from.
Awesome.
They
Thank
say
you.
their sound's cutting in and out. No sound. Can't hear anything.
Uh-oh.
Microphone dead.
No, they're both
Check it out.
hooked up.
We're getting a lot of comments
Can't
about
hear
the
anything,
sounds.
no
And
sound
other
heard.
people saying the sound's
Sounds
good here.
good here.
Well, then it
Yeah.
could be their personal Wi-Fi.
Yep.
All right. Let's see.
It's all good.
I'm just making sure that my stuff's not
You're waiting on something.
something to
ain't
fail. Yeah.
All right. I'll take the next question. When are you guys coming to Humboldt? I'm going to go over just a tidbit of what we've got planned up until that race. So we're going to race the Masters this weekend. July 4th weekend, we're going to be at Deep South Speedway. July 9th, we will be at Why Not Motorsports Park in Meridian. The last weekend of July, we are racing the Prairie Dirt Classic at Fairbury. The following week, we will be at 81 Speedway, Lucas Oil, and Humboldt. Then 2 weeks from that, that's when we're supposed to be in Oklahoma somewhere. Right?
Right.
Okay. All right. What did Rocky do for a living before becoming a co-crew chief extraordinaire at CHC?
Firefighter.
Speaking to the microphone.
Firefighter.
Would you like to tell us what a firefighter does?
Everything.
Exactly.
Name it.
Okay.
I mean, it's.
I'm just trying to give you some.
I don't want airtime.
I know. I know.
Jason Lofton said you were a spy.
That's what Jason said.
A what?
What?
A spy.
In a ridiculous speed shot.
That's him.
I mean.
But-
All right. You ready, Chase?
Yeah, let's hear it.
After running a few USMTS races, how do you feel about your progress?
I'm starting to see it. It's all baby steps when you go out on the road with these guys. I mean, we made 3 out of the 4 USMTS shows that we showed up to the last time we went with them, but that's not to say that we'll show up this time and make the show. You know, that's still kind of the goal. And when we make the shows, now we're just trying to hold our position and gain position, because that seems to be where we're struggling right now. When we make the A mains, we're losing a lot of positions. Mainly due to us. It's not really, I don't think it's, I'm not going to say it's not driver related. I just feel like we're still kind of new to setting up our cars for these USMTS A mains. So it's a team effort. We just got to get better at that. But we're getting better there. But when we come home locally, you can certainly see a big difference. And I'm not saying that our competition locally isn't there. It's just, I've learned to find new areas of the racetracks at home that I wouldn't have found if it hadn't have been for going to USMTS.
They make you run harder.
They
They
do.
do.
They make
They
you
do.
run a lot harder.
They do.
Hagen Grubbs Fishing. Thank you. for
Yeah,
the-
thank you so
for the
much.
money and the support. Appreciate it. I didn't hear you.
All right. With the cost of everything, fuel, armbands, entry fees, how often do you come out ahead on a weekend? Jeff, I'm sorry. We're not making fun of you. You must not race. Go ahead.
Well,
Never.
USMTS.
Never.
When?
The Deep South race that we went to, I say we got pretty close, if not just a little. We broke even,
Yeah.
but not a profit yet. But we're working on that part of it. I know if we didn't have this right here, you guys, we certainly wouldn't be able to do what we do, and I certainly couldn't do it without the sponsors that I have, because it's very expensive. Can afford sunk into it, and it's y'all know.
All right. Ever going to get into racing late models?
That seems to be a kind of a trending question. And my answer to it is yes, I would love to drive late models. I would love to go on a circuit with the World Outlaws team, a super late model team, but we don't have the manpower or the knowledge to function as a super late model team. So the only way, I feel like it would be suicide for me and our small team to try to take on something like that. Now, if we were offered to drive for a team that had the all of the resources to do it, we would love to. We would certainly jump in.
All right, Chase.
Stop.
So some people saying that it's buffering and lagging, and others are saying it's not. So I'm not really sure if we're good or
All right,
bad.
Yeah,
Chase.
sure.
What do you focus on when you are driving the race car?
The main thing is just trying not to mess up. I mean, I don't really trying to gain as many positions as I can and keep my nose clean.
I cannot with Mr. Kenny. Okay.
Any way to adjust on your
On my
service or whatever? Because
It's
everybody's complaining that
it's
it's
tricky.
not working. Hey, thank you, BJ.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Y'all bear with me. I'm fixing to try this. Let's check that right there.
There's several people saying they're having no problems, and others saying it's in and out.
Surface is good, no issues.
We are going to race at Hattiesburg at some point. I'm not sure when.
We certainly we plan on racing local as much as possible, but the thing is when we come home from these long shows out on the road, it's very hard to turn a car around quickly enough to go and run locally. Like the only reason that we were able to run deep south is because we came straight from up north down south. Because if we would have went straight home, I think we
wouldn't have
would have
been
went straight to work and been too tired to even go race.
All right, Travis, this is for you. Being on the road so much and knowing your faith and love of Jesus, I am curious what you do when you miss church or if you just rely on each other. I understand if you want to keep that private.
No, that's something there that's been weighing on me personally, and I've been talking to them about it. And Adrian actually ordered us something, like a Bible study, a family Bible study type thing that we can all do together. Just take a little time out of our day, and then we'll all come together and talk about it. And yeah, I get it that we are out of pocket a lot on Sundays, and you know, our faith is strong, and we try to keep the good morals and stuff with our kids. So yeah, we're working on that. We're putting something together. But great question.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesse, for the offer of dinner tonight. We didn't know where we were going to be. So
Yes, thank you
Yeah.
so much,
we made
Mr.
it up
Jesse.
here, but thank you.
Thank you to Mr. Keith for the fuel money on the way up. Also, Sean
Yes.
Runnings, we really appreciate it. We can always count on Mr. Keith and Sean, and Double A Roofing.
Oh,
Yeah,
tires.
we are very grateful for that.
Absolutely.
So thank y'all very much. We couldn't do this
We
without
certainly
all
could.
the help. I mean, it's
Y'all
the
know.
fans, the sponsors. That's how we're able to do this. Because I mean, I think one of the questions was about the cost and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's expensive.
It's
It's very
steep.
expensive. I ain't on here whining. I'm very thankful that we're able to go do what we do, and we can only do it because of this right here and the sponsors. So we're very grateful for that. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Did Chase run another intermediate class like hobby stock or B mod before an A mod or just go karts? Oh, we're live
We're
right
doing
now.
a live thing on YouTube
you
right
Give
okay?
us just
That's
a
okay.
second. Come right back.
Yeah,
We'll be
y'all
back
can
in just
come
a
right
minute.
back. You're
That's
good.
all right.
You're good.
Swing back around.
Yep.
We love race fans.
Come right back. Okay.
You got to open the trailer.
Did Chase run another intermediate class like hobby stock or B mod before an A mod or just go karts?
I did not. I went straight into. I went from Bandoleros. I don't know if anybody knows what those are. They're these little asphalt half scale stock cars, and hats off to anybody that races them. Young people that race them. I hated
It was a
that
good
thing.
stepping stone.
It
though.
was. It was. It taught me a lot, but it was so hard for me to drive. But we went from that straight into the modified. I got a Shaw car when I was 14.
May
All
I
right.
interject?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
It started in front of the shop
Yes, it did.
Oh,
With
it
a
did.
with amusement park. go-karts,
Go-karts.
Yep.
and Chase learning the flags from his dad,
Yeah.
Right.
and me bumping him, and
That's
he
right.
It
and
was,
him
it was
and
bad.
him killing the car and saying, "Make him quit, Daddy, make him quit."
Yeah.
But he learned
Yeah.
to bump me back,
Yes, he
and
did.
it's been a joy to watch.
Yep.
It has been.
That
We
is
did.
where it started. He was running out of gas out there.
He
with it. I
would.
mean,
Yes,
just
it
running
was
in
funny.
circles.
I get up
Yep.
and do victory dances and stuff on
3
top
or 4
of it.
years
Oh, yeah.
old. That
You need
dude
to
It
was
was
out there.
hilarious.
Every day.
Yeah, we still have those flags.
Do you?
All right. So, Tim Ortel, does your sponsors help you out with fuel being 17, 18 hours away from home? He says you should talk to his nephew. Thank you, Tim. I think you answered about the fuel question.
Yeah.
So that's it on those submitted questions. But there's a couple others. Chase, I want you to address the girlfriend thing, please. Because you have literally 5 to 10 questions a
A
week
video,
asking about
yes.
Riley. Please talk to your fans.
Listen, I don't want to dabble on it too much, but here's the thing. Ultimately, and I'm not being mean to you guys, y'all deserve to know, but she was in several videos very often, and then all of a sudden she's gone. There was a reason for that. We're no longer together. Things just did not work out, and that's all I'm going to say about it. We went our separate ways.
I mean,
So
Thank
if you would please stop asking every other video.
Can you elaborate a little more on that? That you have a new woman in your life, and her name is
Racing.
Pepper.
Yeah, my dog. That's
Oh my Lord.
Pepper Dow.
Pepper
Every time-
Dow.
When
Me and
she
Rocky
said
will
there's
be
a
out
new
there
woman.
working. We'll be out there working.
Pepper Dow.
Pepper Dow.
Let me help my baby dog.
I'll be working on something, me and Rocky, and you can just feel something breathing on you, and he'll be holding that old.
her.
She ain't a
I mean,
puppy
she's
no
like
more.
50 pounds.
She's
and
on your
she's-
back trying to eat the button off
She
the
is a
top
good
of your
old
hat.
dog.
That's a good
I
old
miss
dog.
Pepper.
Okay.
Don't talk about my dog.
I
no.
thought there was something new I didn't know about.
Yeah,
That's-
She
it was
said
news
you-
to me.
I was like, oh.
Your dog. Okay. All right. Do you take turns driving the motorhome to these events?
I've only driven this motorhome twice since we've had it. I need to be doing it more. I realize that, but it's just a lot easier when we have the family and a lot safer for dad to drive us on these long trips. So it's just dad currently that drives us up and down the road, and it's a blessing for me. It's kind of the only downtime I have.
Thank you, Nicholas. We appreciate
Yes,
it, bud.
thank you so much.
All right. Let's talk about college
Okay.
and your plans for the future, running the tour next year, and what you see that looking like.
So I haven't really said a whole lot about it because it's just one of those things. It's just part of life. When I graduated high school last year, I had the opportunity to either go and start a job, or I could go off to college and learn a trade. So I chose to go to precision machining and manufacturing at the Jackson County campus in Mississippi. And I've learned a lot about machining, both the manual side and the CNC side of everything. I'm currently in my last 2 weeks of it. I've got a lot of online stuff that I need to get taken care of tonight. But I'll finish next week on that. I'll graduate everything, the whole 9 yards on it. And then while I've been doing that, as y'all can see, we have been practicing with USMTS, getting our feet wet, getting the experience and things that we need to be able to go and run for Rookie of the Year next year on tour with them. The ultimate goal is to win Rookie of the Year next year, and then after that, we're gonna have to take a step back and just really, and it's gonna be so expensive and so hard on our family that we may have to take a break for a little while and recoup after that, and we may just keep on keeping on. I don't know what the future holds. I know that if it's up to me, I'd love to just keep racing with them. So
What made you as a family decide to get into racing?
I'm a third generation. It's my uncle Ford,
Yeah.
and then my pawpaw picked it up, My dad grew up all around it.
That makes you a fourth generation.
4.
Bless his heart.
Yeah.
That boy can't count, but who he can
Oh,
drive.
see,
yeah.
George, Papa George, my dad, and then
Yeah. Okay. 3rd or 4th.
Boy
But
can drive.
you told me I was 3rd
Papa said
generation. But if I count Uncle,
if you count
it's
Uncle Ford, who was like a dad to my dad, and you know,
I can't.
okay.
I can't.
Anyways, 3rd or 4th,
But they said
however
as
you
a
want to look
family,
at
not
it.
what made Chase.
Right.
You know, George showed me that your grandpa, on your mama's side, had a race car,
Mm-hmm.
and he got it and won 3 or 4 races with it.
Ultimately, my whole family raced. So whenever I was growing up, I was always at a racetrack. Dad built chassis while I was growing up, and so like I said, I just grew up around it and just always had a love for it. And when I was 4 or 3, really, I got a go-kart, rode it every day, like they said. And then whenever I was 4, I got an actual racing go-kart, started racing it when I was 5, and that's it.
I love Eddie.
What Eddie said.
what did he say?
Well, this was a minute ago. I never have any problems when Chase is in my car. I tell him what to do, and he listens.
Hey, Eddie, he don't listen to me, son. You've been there.
Management.
Yeah.
It's different.
We're usually-
Eddie's the manager.
It's too
Yeah.
close. It's
Maybe,
too,
maybe we need a new manager.
Ooh.
No,
No,
you're not
we
fired.
can't.
Eddie will fire
No,
y'all
we can't
before he
do
fires
that.
himself.
No.
Yep. Eddie can't be replaced.
All
it's
right.
too,
Let's
it's
see.
too close. There's a problem. It's too
Mhm.
close. Anybody else could say hi to him. He's not mad. You say it, he's mad.
Let's see, guys. You guys ever gonna wrap your trailer? No.
No,
Mm-mm.
that was initial. She was going to wrap it to look just like this motorhome, and I said, "Hold up."
We're broke. We're not wrapping it.
A, we're the money, and B, what if we go to sell it?
True.
How many of these do you see going down the road?
True. True.
Somebody
Yeah.
will buy it as a white plain trailer, but
True.
not as a gray wrap.
Yeah,
it's a-
that looks
it's a
like
blank.
my motorhome.
It's a blank canvas. They can do what they want to with
Right.
it.
That's true.
So we put that fire out real quick.
I saw somebody asking about if we were going to build what his chassis name was, and it was a Chase 1 chassis. The street stock that I drove was actually one of his final cars that you
Yeah, it's
built.
the last one. I
It was
built.
the last one he built, the Chase 1 chassis, and we raced it. And then that's Bubba's car that he races. And that's another thing. We had a question asking if we were going to run the street stock again. I don't think we're going to have time to. Bub may drive it, but otherwise, I don't see us driving a street stock.
All right. I'm gonna try to help y'all with this question since it's been asked a couple of times. Y'all can take over if I mess it up. I see the Pro Power now has a wall-to-wall sticker. So we got the Pro Power used. It's really hard connecting with an engine builder 19, 20 hours away. If we need something, it's just too far for us to get something rebuilt, fixed, all of that.
And we didn't buy it from him
And we
directly,
didn't buy it from
so
him
he
directly,
has
so
no money in
no
his pocket
connection
from
to
us.
us. So it's super hard for him to give us his time when we didn't spend money directly with him.
Right.
Mr. Ronnie is available. He sponsors us. So yes, he is the person that works our motors,
Yeah.
freshens them up, tunes them when we break them.
Right.
All the good stuff. So yes,
and
it
he
is a
gets
wall
it
to
done
wall.
quickly. And I'm not saying anybody else wouldn't, but Mr. Ronnie actually got my engine ready to bring with us as a spare, and I wasn't able to go pick it up in time. But I mean, he got it done that quick. So I mean, Mr. Ronnie and Miss Gay have been fabulous.
Amazing.
For us.
They have.
So,
They have.
yeah.
So again, nothing against Pro Power. It's
Not
a
at
great engine, but it's just not feasible to ship an engine 19, 20 hours
Absolutely.
for
got
service.
And we can't drive back and forth.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it,
I'm
buddy.
alive
Okay.
too.
One more. Let's do this. Who came up?
Okay.
Chase, this is a good one. Who came up with the tuxedo race suit?
It's kind of so I always wanted a custom race suit, but I never really had a leg to stand on. Like, why should I have a race suit, a custom race suit? And then I found one online, and I was like, look at this. This is what I need. And being as that my parents own a tuxedo shop, we're like, this is perfect advertisement. So ever since then, I've worn a tuxedo tuxedo fire suit.
That's all you got to say about that.
Is there something?
No, it's fine.
Who's that?
You gotta give mama some.
All of
You gotta plug her some more.
Our family business is why you're in a tuxedo.
That's what he
I
said.
said
said that.
That's what
Yeah, I
he
said
said.
And
that.
Squires.
And Squires formal wear.
They sponsor your suit. Okay.
So this is a question that kind of popped up at the beginning of the year, and it's came up here about the tire situation, tire shortages, things like that. It is extremely hard to get American racers. However, they are steadily being produced daily. And there are other places in the country that had them stored in a warehouse. So it has affected us in the quantity and the price that we can get, but they're still readily available. We can still get the tires that we need. We just can't really. They're really high, and it's kind of difficult to find where to get them.
All right, Chad.
Oh, that's a good question. I just read right here. Any driver that you meet that you're starstruck around at all?
I mean, I'm kind of just scared of all of
I
them
was
at the
fixing to
moment.
say-
I was gonna say, surely you ain't gonna
Every
say no, not really.
One of them.
Yeah,
All right, Chad. Who feeds the chickens when you're on the road?
that would be Ruby.
Go
you
ahead,
wanna answer
Ruby.
this
Tell
one?
them.
Nana.
All right.
And sometimes Miss Yvonne comes over when Nana's with us. We have someone else, a neighbor, and they come over and
Take care of the
take care
house
of the
and all the
animals.
animals.
What about
Until
Lou?
Pepper's allowed to go on the road.
Right.
She's got a long way to go.
Can I
Mhm.
say something?
No.
This is a question that gets asked a lot too. Talladega short track, if we're going to go and race there, if we were to go and race there, we would not be able to legally bring our modified there. They do not run our sanctioning body of rules, and it would be too difficult to turn our modified around to go and race there. However, if we were to run another style of car, like a late model, we would love to show up there. But at the moment, there's no way for us to go and race there.
Nick, thank you very much. I see your comments a lot, and I appreciate all the encouragement.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Nick.
BJ,
Really?
BJ, he wants me to earmark this $10. First, thank you for the $10, but he wants
Yes.
me to earmark it to purchase Chase a math workbook and make sure it has color pages so he doesn't get bored.
He'd eat the colors.
Yeah,
He'd eat the
we'd
colors.
have to have a monitor in the room to make sure he wasn't eating the crayon. So,
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
This is
anyway,
what I deal with. Where's
Thank
my
you.
manager, Mr. Addy? Get him.
thank you, BJ. Appreciate y'all.
Papa
There's
Squirrel does
so
not
many
want to get on
questions.
iRacing. I've tried several
it.
times.
I cannot make a lap. I can wreck better than anyone has ever wrecked on
I think
iRacing.
you've actually hit Cole Stringer. I think you ran Cole Stringer over.
I apologize, Cole. It wasn't me. It was Chase. I don't
Right.
have a car on there. Maybe it was me.
All right. Why is your number 45?
Well, whenever I was 4 years old, I got my first car. I started racing it when I was 5, so that was where we got the number from. Originally, I wanted to be 24 or 4. I always loved the number 4, and I wanted to have a 4 in my number. But everybody at the go-kart track had 24 and 4. So, and my pawpaw had ran the 45 at one point. So we chose that number, and that's been what I've stuck with ever since.
My questions are just going over. and
Mr.
over
Keith
again.
wanted
Thank
me to
you.
remind you about the money that he sent. Some of it goes towards weed eater strain.
Yes,
Please.
You was up to your chest in grass out back of your shop while you was trying to do that video the other day. It seemed
Thank you,
like.
Mr. Keith.
yes,
I
thank you
noticed
so
it.
much.
I was like, my goodness, look at her lawn back there. But I'll just.
Oh, I
I
noticed
said,
it.
oh,
I
nobody
tried.
else will notice it. Well,
And
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
What's her name? Miss Gail.
How'd you spell spaghetti?
Uncle Rocky's not going to do it.
Well, I tried. I wasn't tough enough.
What's that?
Shh.
Have you ever thought about running the Summer Nationals Hell Tour? I actually have thought about running that before, but looking at the payouts of the events, it's kind of kind of difficult for us to go and run that event because it's really not a super high paying night to night event.
Okay, so this question has been on here a whole bunch, and before we wrap it up, let's try to give them a version of it. How do you recommend someone get started as a race team or race team crew member?
My best advice to you is go out to your local dirt track, find somebody that is willing to let you help them, hang around them, learn from them. And at the end of the night, you will learn very quickly if this is the sport for you and this is what you want to invest your time and money in, or if you want to go and find another hobby. But I don't recommend you just going and buying just anything. You need to kind of shop around and see what class suits you the best.
All right.
Somebody's wanting to know what loose, tight, or free it up means because they hear us say it all the time. Loose, he usually hits the wall with the back of the car. Tight, he hits it head on. And
That's good stuff.
if I need to free it up, he usually dives in the bottom and hits a skidder tire. And I know I need to free him up to help him turn. So. Pretty easy to
That
learn
was
it.
perfect, Travis. Thank you.
Deer
me
Creek's a
working with
direct
hammers.
example of that. If you watch our race there this 2 weeks ago, you can tell that we were tight and then we were too free. It was a mess. Hey, Miss Shannon.
Somebody asked what was your toughest track to race and what was your easiest track to race. I guess
Like on a
overall,
USMTS
probably
circuit?
anywhere, I would say.
I would say Why Not's probably been the easiest track for me to just show up and do good at. And the trickiest track I would say I've ever had to race on.
There's been a lot of
It's been a lot.
Jackson whooped us.
Yeah, but
But
I
you
look
was
back
young.
at that and I think we do a lot better
Is that
there.
Swinging Bridge?
Um,
No. Maybe.
Never been there.
the race at Tech Rocket was pretty
Yeah,
difficult
yeah.
for us. Just I don't know, we've just never ran on anything quite like that, so it was kind of hard to grab a hold of.
All right. It's Avery's turn. Avery Loudon. Are you still singing?
I am. I actually have my own YouTube channel and TikTok.
When do you post on these things?
Well, I try to post weekly, but kind of not home right now. So I'll have
Excuses.
I have some to post tonight. But
Okay.
Avery Holland on YouTube.
Oh, can I say something?
Not yet. Still Avery's turn. All right, Avery, one more thing. Let's talk about the merch and everything you've got going on for the weekend at Cedar Lake. Oh, yeah, you have 25.
We got new
Louder.
die cast. We got new die cast with the new wrap. We will have 25 of them in the grandstands with us at Cedar Lake at $40 a piece. So come see us. And ultimately, thank y'all for all of the merch sales because y'all help us travel the country and do what we love. So
Absolutely.
thank y'all.
Absolutely.
Donald, thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
I didn't get to read the
Holy
comment all the
moly.
way, but thank you very much, y'all. We appreciate it.
Somebody asked how much a drum of fuel is. Current price, it is ranging from anywhere $800 to $900. We started out the year and it was at $635. Last year it was around $585.
Yeah.
So it's going up dramatically.
And I heard that the $900 was because they can't get drums. I don't know what the deal is. Luckily, we have
Industrial Dock and
we
Door.
have a sponsor, Industrial Dock and Door, that take care of us on that, and that's just one of the
Amazing.
many that we're so grateful for. I mean, we couldn't do this without all the help.
What is the octane of that fuel?
It is late model plus, VP late model plus, and that was the question. I try to run mostly VP products, but locally we have Sunoco products. My chassis is an MB Custom. I have a 2021 MB Custom and a 2018 MB Custom.
All right. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yours.
I could like eat Outback every night, just like that whole a steak, a salad, and some bread every night, and be plenty happy. So I'd have to say that that's kind of like my favorite food to eat.
Good.
Thank you, Chuck.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you so much.
Hey!
When are we going to wear those Fireball shirts? We actually wear those all the time. They are one of our
Man,
favorite
Is
shirts.
Dave on here?
It says Scott Pinkerton. It's
Okay.
I
not
wore
Dave.
mine yesterday.
Okay.
I wore
He
I
mine.
actually
love
did.
the color combination on those shirts. We wear them all the time. We'll make
Yeah.
sure we get them on camera though. We met him at Bristol last year. I
Yeah.
mean, just stand up guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was great.
Man. Yep.
Okay. We're almost done, guys. So I'm going to give you just a few more minutes.
I already answered. We broke up. We're no longer together.
Oh, $25 right now. Wow. Insane.
Thank y'all so
Thank you,
much.
Shannon.
Oh.
Ted. Thank
God bless y'all.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you so much.
All right. We do have black shirts and a 4X last time I checked. I think we have one left, if I'm just being honest. Ruby is not getting a go-kart. I've seen this question like 7 times, and I'm just not going to let Travis answer this. Ruby's
Man.
not getting a go-kart. But let me tell you why Ruby's not
Can I
getting a
answer
go-kart.
this?
Shush.
She's too
There are no
violent.
go-kart tracks around us anymore, so there's nowhere for Ruby to race. So it would be pointless. Ruby
We could
would
build
rather
a
have
backyard
horse.
track.
Yes.
However,
She will
price
wreck
board is
everybody.
I think Rube would do very well racing.
She
But-
would. A horse, not a go-kart.
No, a cart or anything. But I believe it would get very ugly when someone bumped Rube. And
would.
afterwards,
She throws
it would
hands.
not be good.
Yeah, she throws hands.
And
So,
worse.
And worms. You are 100% accurate. All right, guys.
I gotta put that dog. I gotta pet that dog. Pet that dog.
All right.
What'd
I
you
think
wanna
it's
say?
getting dark.
We
on us.
appreciate you all so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you for tuning in tonight. We can't wait to see you this weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna say tomorrow,
Goodness.
Friday, and Saturday, we will be at Cedar Lake for the Masters. It's an awesome event. I'm excited to have this crew here with us
Can I say
because
something?
last year we went alone. Didn't have Rocky, didn't have Mr. Ronnie. We did have some fans that came and helped out, and Mr. Bill Steinberg. Yeah, we had a lot of fans helped out. This year we're bringing our crew, so we're a little more prepared. But we're very excited about it. If you can't be there in person, racingdirt.com. You can
Yes.
watch it live on their pay-per-view for I don't know how much money, but it's not much for
It
what
really
you get to
is.
see.
Can I say
I
my
think
Yeah.
it. I believe. I don't quote me on this. It's about $30. I want to say a year, and if not, it's $30 a month. It's a month or a year. I'm not
Rocky
really
said
sure.
it's a month.
I think
Is
it's
it
a
a month?
month. I
Okay.
think it's a
And you
month.
may be high on that, you may be low. I don't
I-
know,
I
but
don't
the
know the
bottom
price.
line,
Worth it.
Cheaper by the year.
I
It's-
watch it
Yeah,
all
if
the
you
time.
pay for it
Yeah.
a year, they'll give
It's
you a break.
cheaper.
Right.
They're
And-
not only streaming your USMTS events, they're
Correct.
also streaming other races
Yes.
around the country. And on top of that, they have other content like in-car cameras, pre and post race interviews. There's also they do some fun things with the USMTS drivers, and there's a lot. It's not just racing on there. It's not just live racing. You can go rewatch old videos. There's a lot on there.
Ruby wants to say something, guys.
Okay, we have a new merch cart. It has some new things. Mostly.
Somebody said, "Turn Ruby loose, Mom. We want to hear what she has to say."
That's what I say. I'd love it.
Hurry up. Go, go, go.
Hurry up.
Get it. Hurry. We got to sign off.
When you come to the merch cart, bring something that way you can get it signed.
Yep. Perfect.
Perfect.
All right.
All right. Well, we appreciate each and every one of y'all for watching this live video and for supporting me and my family. Thank you to every single one of my sponsors for everything that they do for us. If you're in the area, if you're in Wisconsin, come to the Masters. It's a super great event. Come see us. Come say hey. Come out with us. We'd love to see you. And again, I appreciate y'all tuning into this live. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that sent us money throughout this live. That's what helps get us up and down the road and fund this race team. So I appreciate it. We hope to see y'all.
Oh, I
Thank
have
y'all.
something
Thank
else.
you.
Thank you. We off?